Are you now?
Can I have anybody have any questions?
Anybody else have? Given the way you've played the last 3-4 weeks, are you confident now that you're going to get a good game out of your team every week?
I think that the common, and I did talk to our team actually today about it. The thing that, and I don't normally say good things about our staff because they're expected to do the right thing. But for whatever reason, the last 3 games, they jumped out early. They come out of the locker room ready to play, and that sets the tempo for the game. We started getting that reputation last year, and obviously early this year we did not have it in the first 2 games. So that's going to be a huge emphasis again this week.
If Rutgers can't run the ball, they've kind of struggled in conference games doing that. You could really feast. The D-line could.
Well, feast. The quarterback had a hell of a day against our rivals, so we got our hands full. We feel that very quality receivers. If you remember the first half against Maryland, we held them about 100 and some yards, well below their average, and then we gave up a couple. So we're going to be very aggressive, and we got to get this quarterback down because he's playing the best he's ever played right now.
What are you seeing them defensively? I mean, they're 3rd in the nation in sacks. I mean, what are they doing? How are they getting pressure?
Well, the thing they do probably as well as anything, and they've done that for a while at Rutgers, and that's when you're in a 6-man when a tailback protects and they blitz, the guy covering them comes too. So you're always 1 short. So we've worked extremely hard on that. That's where they get a lot of their pressures, and they got good players. There's number 3, a very good pass rusher, a linebacker. He's probably the guy that I just hear our coaches talk about him, and he's a guy that we have to count for all the time. Very athletic guy.
Are they a team? Are they a player in the recruiting game? I mean, do you ever go up against them on the East Coast? Are they in the hunt?
Oh yeah, and ever since the Big Ten, more in the hunt. I'd say when we first got here, not as much. But now they're definitely in the hunt.
Given the fact that we've almost changed the entire offense, the production, statistically, is almost good, in some cases better than it was last year. Does that surprise you at all, given it?
I mean, after the first game, yeah. I was had a lot of concerns across the board. I was really concerned about the offensive line. They're playing much better. And JT, obviously, I don't want to act like not surprised, because I'm somewhat surprised but pleased. But you go back to the first game and you say, if you would be this way after game 5, I would have said, I don't see it happening for quite a while.
Urban, how much difference you see between Eli Apple now and 5 games ago, just being a starter, a regular starter?
Just you don't see the wide eyes that you saw the first game, and he was a very immature player a year ago. He's a mature guy, and he still has to play a lot better than he is, but he's acting like a guy that's played a lot of football around here.
Was that a battle? Do you remember that as a battle with Rutgers? I mean, to get him, I'm coming from New Jersey and stuff. What do you remember about getting him?
No, he's a Buckeye. Tabor Johnson was recruiting him, and he had his hand up. Wanted to be a Buckeye from way back, I guess.
Yeah, he has a picture with Jim Tressel like 10 years ago.
I can't remember how that happened.
Yeah.
Did JT ever have those wide eyes?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But early on, not so late.
No, he's fine now. Oh no, first game. Yeah, he had the typical Alex Smith look. Alex was the same way. No, he's fine now.
Any problem keeping the blinders on with Penn State and Michigan State and everybody thinking you're on?
No, they've been
you're
good.
not.
I'm really impressed with just another bye week. And after the game ended in Maryland, I think, gosh, now we have another week off.
Urban, you've talked about the kick coverage guys a lot. The alignment that you're using on the kick coverage right now is unbalanced, and seeming to angle those kicks towards the corner. Why are you guys going about it that way, and what's the execution like for those guys doing it that way?
Well, we've done that for 13 years. I mean, that's been our style. We even squeeze it more and more. We put 6 into the boundary to let guys like Garyon Vaughn, and it's either Ezekiel, Curtis Salmon, or Amani to the field. And I let them just squeeze and go to the ball. And so we only cover really 1/3 of the field on a good kick. The problem is when it's a bad kick.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have kicked it out of bounds a couple times. Is that a risk you're willing to take?
A risk you're willing to take, yeah. And we don't, normally just pound it out of the end zone either. We want to challenge them to bring it out. And depends on what kind of guy what kind of how confident our kick team is. If our kick team's confident, a lot of times I'll tell them to let them return it.
When you watch that video, though, what is standing out about this group in particular about getting
kickoff?
Yeah.
Really good players. That are hungry, that love it, that love to stand up in front of their peers, and they're wild. That's a wild group now. That's my favorite part of the day is to go call those guys up on the sideline.
Any injuries or anything this week?
No, yeah.
Any injuries?
Curtis do? Is he?
No, he's good to go. He was injured. He had a thigh bruise, and he's been cleared to play.